I already talked about how important it is that we approach conflict resolution with the attitude of working together to overcome a problem rather than to treat it as a battle between us and the other person. Because while many people want vengeance or vindication or to be proven right, the ultimate goal of any conflict should be to repair the relationship and minimize the chance that the same conflict will happen again sometime in the future. And a very good way to do that is to come to agreements that work well enough for everyone involved. But even if we manage to get our own attitude to that right place, we still have to get the other person on board. And that can be challenging, especially in situations where the other person is upset. So, to help you do this, I'm going to share three simple tricks with you that you can use to get the other person to adopt the mindset of us against the problem rather than us against each other. It's always a good idea to let the other person know what your intention is. You can do this by saying something along the lines of, "So, my goal here is for us to figure out a solution to this together. I'd like for this conversation to be us against the problem and not us against each other. Does that sound okay to you?" Most people will want to agree to that because it makes the whole situation feel less confrontational and lets them know that you're not there to attack them, but to simply solve the problem. So it's really easy to get sidetracked and forget about our noble intention of collaborating with the other person, especially if they say something that upsets us. And that goes both ways. If you notice that one or both of you are starting to focus less on a mutual solution and more about what the other person has done wrong, guide the focus back to where it should be. This can be as easy as saying, "I'm sorry, I'm noticing that I'm getting carried away and forgetting my intention of being us against the problem and not us against each other. Can we take a minute to talk about how we can solve this problem together?" And I recommend that you say this even if you're noticing that it is the other person that's going into battle mode rather than collaboration mode. Because by stating that this is what you feel like you're doing, you'll often notice that the other person feels safe admitting that they are too and more easily go back to collaborating. People quickly lose sight of collaboration and go into battle mode if they feel attacked. If you notice that someone becomes defensive or upset by something that you say, it's a good idea to tell them that you do not mean what you say as an attack, that you recognize that it is your experience you're describing and not their intentions or even facts, and that you're only sharing it so that they can better understand your needs, your wants, your experience, and so on. From there, make an extra effort to listen to them when they respond to what you've said, and make sure that you fully understand their experience in the way that we'll talk about in just a little bit.